I came from a country that's developing in futsal, and I had to go and play professional in countries where it's really established, kids are playing from a very young age. So I needed to have that motivation to learn and that willingness. Just enjoyed it so much. You know, you can attack, you can defend, you're always involved. So I really wanted a career in the game to be doing that as my job. I think the key to me achieving my ambitions in futsal was my love for the game, the way I embrace challenges and my passion for learning. I came from a country that's developing in futsal, and I had to go and play professional in countries where it's really established, kids are playing from a very young age. So I needed to have that motivation to learn and that willingness. My game intelligence. My first professional team was in Spain, and the game there is so tactical. That was probably my biggest weakness, and I think as I've gone through my career, it's become one of my biggest strengths. I think the highlights of my career was probably making my debut for my country. I ended up playing for many years and many games for my country, and people might see that, or young kids might see that and think, oh, well, he must have known he was always going to play for his country. He never had any doubts. But until I made that first game, I never knew that was going to happen, and I never knew if it would ever happen. So I think that was a really proud moment for me. It's hard to identify one skill because you need to be a complete player, but I'd say something that is really important is reading of the game. The opportunities, the openings in futsal are fleeting. They only last a millisecond. So you need to take advantage of them when they come. You need to know about your opponents, about your teammates, so you can read and anticipate what's going to happen next. And then when that moment comes, you can take advantage of it. Just do it for the love of the game. Don't think about anything else. Do it because you enjoy that challenge of trying to become a professional futsal player. I think I've had teammates in my career who I've seen, they were doing it for the status that comes from those achievements. And I think if you do that, you don't necessarily get that joy. The intensity, because futsal with just 5 players and a small pitch is so intense, so you have to replicate that in your training. I really like that phrase about make training harder than the match, and I think that's what you've got to do with futsal. Everything you do has got to be a real high intensity, so that's what I do when I approach my training. The game's growing in so many different parts of the world. The professional game's getting so much bigger, so I think the amazing experiences that I was fortunate to have in my career is now open to so many more people.